Breaking news from WRAL. Coverage you can count on.
Shootout with police. A man is in custody and an officer hurt in Raleigh. The new information we've learned overnight about the suspect who is charged with a murder in Garner.
And it's a foggy start in most of the viewing area. You can see the fog here in downtown Durham. I'll show you who's under a fog advisory.
And looking to the future. Today, Carytown leaders are gathering to discuss how to move forward, their effort to improve trust as the investigation into their former town manager intensifies. It is Friday, February 20th. We are nearly through the month. Still kind of shocked about that, but it's a weekend, so I'm pretty hyped about it. Thank you for joining us here on WRAL News. I'm Chris Lovingood.
And I'm Renee Chu. Although we are flying through February, aren't we? The shortest month of the year. Meteorologist Elizabeth Gardner with our foggy Friday. It looks really eerie outside.
It really does. We have a lot of moisture in the atmosphere. As temperatures are cooling down with all that moisture, the fog is developing, especially from the Triangle area northward. Not as much of it in our southern counties right now, but you could see some patchy fog there. Currently around a half a mile to a quarter mile visibility in our advisory area, so you'll run into some of that almost no matter where you go. We have a line of thunderstorms that's getting ready to cross into the mountains, and notice here a couple of severe thunderstorms popping up along it. Once it crosses the mountains, it'll be a little bit weaker for us this afternoon, arriving somewhere between 10 and noon. I don't expect any severe storms, but we could have some rumbles of thunder and a quick line of rain and breezy conditions. Downtown Raleigh looking foggy this morning, 51 degrees. We continue that southeasterly flow, and that warm flow keeps us warm this afternoon. 76 would break our record high. Ken?
Elizabeth, happening right now. We're going to take you outside, give you a look at those foggy conditions that Elizabeth just mentioned. Here's a live look at I-440 and New Bern Avenue. Traffic beginning to pick up just a little bit, but you can see the foggy conditions, and definitely give yourself some extra time. We're going to put you right in the driver's seat with the help of photographer Mark Alexic. He's making his way around the Beltline, so this is what you can expect as you get ready to head out this morning. So I can't stress enough, leave the house a little sooner than usual just to be on the safe side. Back here live in the WRAL Traffic Center, you can see very little to no delays on any of the major routes heading into Wake County. You're getting ready to head into the car, tune us in on the radio, 101.5 HD3.
All right, thank you, Ken. Let's get back to that breaking news we're following. We have learned a lot of new information overnight after Raleigh police say that a murder suspect fired at officers and at least one officer was hurt. Ali Kadabar is on scene on Woodbend Drive and the WRAL Breaking News Tracker. Ali, police say they were trying to arrest the man in connection with a deadly shooting in Garner.
Yeah, and then that man opened fire. That's according to police. It all happened right here. This about an hour and a half ago. Police tape was lining this apartment unit right here as officers were investigating. This is where Solomon Owens was arrested after he shot at officers. Now, we want to take you to this picture of Solomon Owens. It's his mugshot released overnight. Court documents show that Owens is accused of shooting at 5 Raleigh police officers last night. He's facing 2 counts of attempted first-degree murder, 5 counts of assaulting a police officer with a firearm, and 3 counts of assault with a deadly weapon with intent to kill emergency workers. Our crews captured this video of the investigation. Raleigh police say officers were serving a warrant on Solomon Owens on Woodbend Drive. He's accused of killing a man in Garner last week. Now, when officers got there, he opened fire. Police worked to get people out of harm's way as the situation was unfolding. Listen to this broadcasted by Radio Traffic.
281, we're continuing to evacuate civilians right now. Still no casualties that we know of.
Now, this all comes more than a week after Joseph Adams was shot and killed in his car on Timber Drive. Garner police say they're still working to find out why Owens killed Adams. Now, there are still a lot of questions about both of these cases. We're still working to learn how many officers were shot at and how many got hurt, especially got hurt and treated on the scene. We know that Owens is expected to be in court at 1:30 this afternoon. Reporting live in Raleigh, Ali Kadabar, WRAL News.
WRAL will be following new developments in this story throughout the day, so be sure to tune in to our evening newscasts beginning at 4 p.m.
That shootout with police was one of several developing situations in Wake County. A suspect has been taken into custody in the murder of a 19-year-old. Deputies were called out to this scene late yesterday morning on Avery Street. This is just south of Raleigh. When deputies got there, they found Jennifer Zolis with gunshot wounds. She died a short time later. 28-year-old Ricardo Maldonado was arrested last night in Georgia. He is being charged with first-degree murder in Zolis's death.
New this morning, a man was arrested in downtown Raleigh overnight for communicating threats. And this is video from around 11 p.m. at Morgan and Blunt Streets. Police say the charges stem from a domestic dispute.
2 people are hurt this morning after a chase and crash in Moore County. The WRAL breaking news tracker was at the scene this morning just outside of Foxfire. Officials say the chase started in Montgomery County and lasted about 20 miles. Both people were taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries.
Today in Durham, Mayor Leonardo Williams will host a news conference to announce an emergency task force. And this team is set to deal with recent violence. The city wants to, quote, emphasize that it is not reacting impulsively, but acting deliberately, end quote. The news conference starts at noon, and we will have updates on air and online at WRAL.com. Durham police also made arrests in one of those recent shootings. In fact, 18-year-old Donnell Stanford. He's charged in the death of a Durham juvenile. Stanford is charged with murder, assault, and communicating threats. Police say that a 16-year-old also faces charges. I want to show you what the scene looked like on Monday near a gas station. This is on South Alston Avenue. The victim was taken to the hospital, and that is where he died. Police say more charges and arrests could be coming.
Today, Carytown leaders are meeting for their annual retreat, and looming large over the meeting, former town manager Sean Stiegel, who is now the focus of a State Bureau of Investigation review. WRAL's Sean Gallagher is live in Cary, and Sean, for the first time, people will be able to view this retreat.
Yeah, that's right, Renee. It's one of the many efforts being done by the town of Cary to be more transparent and rebuild trust. They want to live stream the entire retreat so people can follow along as they deal with this controversy as well around Sean Stiegel. Now, we've covered Stiegel's abrupt departure since he resigned from the town of Cary in December after he was accused of improper, over-the-top spending and inadequate financial reporting. And now, like you said, the focus of that SBI review of a 2016 drug investigation where Stiegel's vehicle was at the scene of a suspected drug house, though he was never charged. So while the focus of this retreat is transparency and moving the town forward, it's another fracture to the town's foundation that Mayor Harold Weinbrecht is trying to rebuild.
We have lost trust. Trust takes years to build and a second to destroy. And whether it's your fault or not, that trust is gone. And to build trust, you have to have transparency. I want you to see everything we're doing. And this will be the first retreat we've ever streamed.
And what they're doing is going over a lot of high-level budget talks, among other things. But no decisions will be made here over the course of the next 2 days. But it will lay the groundwork of what citizens here can expect will be done by the town of Cary all throughout the year. Again, it will be live streamed, and that's starting at 8:30 a.m. In Cary, Sean Gallagher, WRAL News.
WRAL is trying to learn more about a shooting in Fayetteville. Police were called to that scene last night on School Street. Officers say they found someone with a gunshot wound when they arrived, and that person was taken to the hospital. And so we're trying to get an update on that person's condition. And at last check, no word on any arrests.
New video shows the arrest of a man accused of killing his ex-girlfriend and her new boyfriend, a Fort Bragg soldier. Caleb Fosnaugh is charged with 2 counts of murder in Moore County. The Ohio Highway Patrol shared that video showing the moments they took him into custody. Fosnaugh was extradited to North Carolina from Ohio for his first court appearance. The defense filed a motion to formally order police and prosecutors to preserve all evidence in the case. Fosnaugh is accused of murdering 21-year-old Katerina Tavmash and 28-year-old Matthew Wade Saturday night.
Tensions are escalating between the United States and Iran. President Donald Trump is setting a deadline on a possible peace deal with Iran. And this is after the United States military said it could be ready to strike Iran as soon as this weekend. Administration leadership reportedly met at the White House to discuss possible military action. President Trump hinted at a regime change in Iran, and he insists Iran must not obtain a nuclear weapon. While speaking to reporters on Air Force One, he said he was extending his timeline for a decision.
We're going to make a deal, or we're going to get a deal one way or the other.
But with a military strike, is it to wipe out their nuclear program?
I'm not going to talk to you about that, but we're either going to get a deal or it's going to be unfortunate for them.
And you said today 10 days. Have you given them a deadline firm to make a deal?
I would think that would be enough time, 10, 15 days, pretty much maximum.
Air and naval assets have been building in the Middle East in the recent days. The USS Gerald R. Ford is the second aircraft carrier group headed to this region. And sources say a final decision has not been made on whether a strike will actually happen.
It is 6:09. Fuel hike reversed. A court says Duke Energy's rate approval violated law. Why impacted customers should not expect a payout.
And talk about a monster weekend ahead. We're going to give you a look at just some of the fun events that are happening in the Triangle and out and about.
And a lot of them this time of year are inside, and that's a good thing this weekend. We're trending wetter for Sunday. I'll let you know what that means, but how it could help our drought situation.
As you get into your car, tune to WRAL News Plus on your radio. In Raleigh on 99.3 FM. In Durham, 96.5 FM. And everywhere on 101.5 HD3.
.13, we have at the top of the tower this morning lit in orange for foggy conditions that you'll run into. We have a dense fog advisory that's in effect for most of the viewing area. It doesn't include the Sandhills and our southern counties, but most of the places that you're traveling to this morning, you're going to run into at least some level of fog. This is a live look at downtown Durham, right in front of the DPAC, where you can see a lot of fog there. Our next weather maker this afternoon comes in with this front. A couple of severe thunderstorm warnings right now as it's starting to move into the mountains. We'll have the best chance of rain around the middle of the day. And that line as it comes through will be quick, but it could bring us some brief heavy rain as well as the potential for an isolated thunderstorm. What's new this morning is Sunday is trending much wetter as a coastal low starts to look like it's going to have a bigger effect on us. We'll walk you through the weekend and show you how much rain we could see. Ken?
Well, Elizabeth, weather and traffic every 10 minutes. So listen, there are three things you should know this morning as you get ready to head out. As Elizabeth just mentioned, foggy morning commute there this morning, reduced visibility in some areas, and definitely try to leave the house a little sooner than usual. So we're going to put you right in the driver's seat with the help of photographer Mark Alexic. He's been making his way around the Beltline this morning. This is exactly what you can expect as you get ready to head out this morning. So definitely you might want to leave the house a little sooner than usual. Coming up, we'll take a look at some of the drive times coming into the Raleigh-Wake County area.
I'm Kirsten Clark in the WRAL Live Center. We're keeping up with live updates as police continue their search of the Royal Lodge where former Prince Andrew previously lived. He, of course, was arrested yesterday. And we have some pictures here showing kind of that timeline of his arrest. You can see police here at the Sandringham Estate yesterday morning. If you move here, when that news broke, you can see reporters here gathered outside of Buckingham Palace. We move here. We got that statement from King Charles, Prince Andrew's brother yesterday, but he was still out at London Fashion Week. And you come here, we learned that British police, they did confirm that the former prince was released under investigation 12 hours after his arrest. This is a picture showing that. And then again, this morning, police returning to the Royal Lodge to continue their search. We, of course, will continue following this as we get new updates about this investigation.
Kirsten, thank you. A court says regulators were wrong to approve Duke Energy's nearly $1 billion fuel charge, but customers won't get their money back. The ruling focuses on fuel costs from 2022 that Duke had not recovered yet. Regulators approved a rate increase in 2024 to collect that money. Judges ruled that the rate hike should not have been approved under state law at the time. But North Carolina lawmakers have since changed the law. Despite the ruling, the money is staying put. Affected customers we spoke with are frustrated.
I think it's unfair for the consumers to take on that cost when we're already paying such a huge fee, and a large corporation is quite literally getting rich off of us who are just trying to make it work.
The judges said even if refunds were ordered, the updated statute now allows utilities to recover fuel costs beyond the earlier time limits. Who's ready for the weekend? A lot of events planned across the Triangle. I see you.
I'm sure a lot of people at home just raised their hand. It's time to talk about WRAL's Out and About Best Bets. So if you missed Andrea Bocelli's performance at the opening ceremony at the Winter Olympics, plot twist, you have the chance to see him in person. The opera singer will be at Lenovo Center tonight. This is part of his Romanza 30th Anniversary World Tour. And the concert is tonight at 8, and tickets are available online.
Happening tomorrow in Durham, the Cupid Undies Run gets underway. It is a fun way to raise awareness and fund groundbreaking research for neurofibromatosis. Oh, you got to see the video. The event starts at noon at Motorco Music Hall with a party. And the fun run, yes, you run in the underwear of your choosing, starts at 2. Monster trucks will be roaring at the Lenovo Center this weekend. Monster Jam is back in town. There are 3 shows, 1 on Saturday and 2 on Sunday. Tickets are available online. Quite the adrenaline rush there. For more weekend best bets, go to WRAL.com and search Out and About. Team USA is on an amazing run to finish the Winter Olympics. 2 incredible performances on the ice yesterday put the Americans on the podium, and they are looking for more today. Jay Gray, live in Milan this morning with what we can expect on this final weekend of the Olympics. Good morning, Jay.
Good morning, Renee. Yeah, huge drama on the ice and huge results as well. This may be the best 24 hours of these Winter Games for Team USA. 2 premier events, 2 incredible comebacks, and 2 gold medals.
Her costume should have been our first clue. Glittering, gold, just like her performance.
Honestly, 2 more jumps between her and the Olympic podium.
Alyssa Liu jumping, spinning, smiling her way to the top of that Olympic podium. The first American woman to win figure skating singles gold in 24 years.
I do wish that this free skate never ended. I really liked the energy I had in it, and I don't know, it was such a vibe.
Up the boards and out of the zone. The vibe in the women's hockey final, edgy.
O'Neal scores!
Canada scoring early in the second. Team USA playing from behind for the first time in the tournament. Shots and skirmishes, the action intense through the third. The Americans struggling to get on the board. Then, with 2 minutes left in their Olympic dream.
Score! The United States ties it!
Forcing overtime, where Megan Keller takes matters into her own hands.
The outlet pass for Keller, a defenseman. Nice move, gets to the net, score!
Team USA golden.
Speechless, unreal. I mean, not a lot of words, but a lot of emotion and excitement, and proud is an understatement for a group.
He'll need the best last lap of his life here.
And Jordan Stolz gets it, rushing to silver in the 1500, his 3rd medal of these games. He'll go for 4 in tomorrow's mass start event.
Yeah, and the American men's hockey team working to get to the gold medal match. They have a semifinal game against Slovakia this evening. If they can get through that, they'll be back fighting for gold. Renee?
Jay, we have so enjoyed your reports throughout these Winter Olympics. Enjoy the final weekend.
Thank you, guys.
And can't wait to see what Team USA does. All right. Thanks, Jay.
You know, I always see him wearing the sweater, and I wonder, is he very hot? I know he's trying to demonstrate what the outfits look like, but then I remember some of the days they're seeing there over in Milan, kind of similar to here.
Well, so exactly, and it's very similar to here. So, you know, Milan is down in a valley like we are,
Right.
And then, you know, if we were to go to Boone, it would be a lot colder than it is here. And so all the alpine events are up there in the mountains where it's colder. So I think that's why their gear is all, you know, looking like, you know, very wintry. Let's take a look at their forecast, though, for today. It is going to be nice and mild, not quite as warm as what we'll see here, but 64 degrees for the high temperature this afternoon with a lot of sunshine. And I can't believe it's already the last Friday of the Winter Olympics. It's been so much fun to watch it and follow it. And so we'll be back to normal for Monday. We take a look at what's happening out across our area right now. Nothing normal about it. We have dense fog across a good bit of the region, and our temperatures are well above normal this morning, 51. We have a southeast wind at around 5 miles per hour. Dense fog advisory from the Triangle area northward. It doesn't include the Sandhills and our southern counties, but you could see some patchy fog there. Right now, visibility is looking good. But a half mile from Raleigh to Roxborough, quarter mile in South Hill, half mile in Rocky Mount. That is what we're going to be dealing with for this morning. What's new this morning is Sunday is trending wetter. We're going to walk through a coastal low that could bring us a lot more rain than it looked like yesterday. We were watching that coastal low to develop, and now that it is closer to developing, it looks like it's going to be farther inland. So more rain over the weekend with some cooler temperatures and nearly a record high today. Following this front, as it moves into the mountains, a couple of severe thunderstorm warnings right now, but I don't think we'll see that when it comes through. I do think we'll see a line of some thunderstorms that won't be severe, even though Futurecast really washes that out. There's a chance that we don't see anything with this. We may clear briefly overnight, and we get into the morning Saturday. There's 7 a.m., there's 1 p.m. It's not going to be a washout on Saturday. We'll just see some waves of rain moving through. But Sunday, by 2 a.m. on Sunday morning, here comes the rain, and it will be with us for most of the day, especially during the afternoon and evening. And it's possible that some of our northeastern counties could see it changing over to snow before it ends early Monday morning. Rainfall totals on the models don't look that impressive. However, if we get that coastal low bringing us all that rain, I think we're going to at least help our situation where we have severe to extreme drought across our area. Checking out temperatures, again, we could likely tie or break the record for today, and then we turn much cooler for next week. Ken?
Elizabeth, happening now in the WRAL Traffic Center, taking you outside, giving you a live look at US 1 and 64, the foggy conditions that Elizabeth just mentioned. You're going to be looking into some reduced visibility. So I want to put you right in the driver's seat with the help of photographer Mark Alexic. He's been driving around most of our major routes, including the Beltline. So this is what you can expect as you get ready to head out this morning. So definitely leave the house a little sooner than usual just to be on the safe side. Now back here live in the WRAL Traffic Center, we're seeing very little to no delays on many of the major routes coming into Raleigh. Just a 1-minute delay if you're coming in from Wake Forest and US 1, and no delays whatsoever right now on those southbound lanes of I-87. You're getting ready to head into the car. Tune us in on the radio, 101.5 HD3.
Ken, thank you. Andrew, under investigation. The former prince has been released from custody. What's next in the investigation over his connection to Jeffrey Epstein?
This What's Trending report is sponsored by Call Dad AC and Heating.
People in the Triangle are getting into the Winter Olympic spirit.
And Ken Smith is here to talk about it and what's trending.
Yeah, and those people are friends over at Mix 101.5. Kyle, Brian, and Sarah participating in a curling showdown with some lucky listeners. This was at the Triangle Curling Club in Durham. The stakes, gold medal bragging rights.
And it turns out all 4 teams competed very well, but at the end of the day, Megan's team took the gold. Congrats to them.
It takes such a special set of skills, right? And our very own Elizabeth Gardner had a chance to try that several years ago out in Durham there. Look at video proof. She was also, look at, all suited up for it. Elizabeth, how was this?
Oh my God, we had so much fun doing that. That was also with our friends over at Mix 101.5. And it was the first year, I think, that we were holding the Winter Games or covering the Winter Games here on WRAL. So we were just all excited about it. And,
I love it.
Tons of fun. So yeah, it was good. Not so good maybe as you're headed out the door this morning. We do have some fog across the area. I'll show you who's under a dense fog advisory coming up.